Hi, welcome to T1 Academy. In this session, we are going to see the set theory. Set theory is nothing but the Venn diagrams. Questions based on Venn diagrams. We will take the help of Venn diagrams or the set concept to solve some of these problems. And we also see some of the miscellaneous concepts from this percentage concept, and we will try to wind it off in this session. Right? Now, we will see. In an examination, 52% of the candidates failed in Hindi and 42% in English. If 17% failed in both the subjects, what percentage of students passed in both the subjects? We all know about one thing, that is sets. In our schooling we have seen. What usually we write? A union B is equal to, that means N of A union B is equal to N of A plus N of B minus the common thing, N of A intersection B. A intersection B. This is the formula which we used to do in our schooling. Now, we can solve this problem using this one or with the help of Venn diagram. We will see both the things and we will follow which one is the best one for us. Okay, now see here, 50, see this is completely based on failed concept, right? Failed. So, here our data is based on the failed, and at last they are asking us what percent of students passed in both the subjects. Both the subjects at the end. We will see now. See here, 52% failed in Hindi, right? Okay. And when it comes to English, 42% failed, okay. And how many people were failed in both the subjects? 17%. So, 52% plus 42% minus 17%. So, this is the total number of students who failed according to the percentage. So, when you solve this, what you will get? 52 plus 42, it becomes 94. 94 minus 17, you will get 77%. That means overall 77% students failed at least in one subject. So that these are what? Failed. So when you want that students passed, means what you will do? Out of 100%, 77% students got failed, right? So how many what percentage of students were passed here? 23%. So our answer here becomes 23%. Our answer here becomes 23%. This one using with the help of sets concept. The same thing if we go with the Venn diagrams. What will happen? We will draw this is the number of students who failed in English and Hindi. Two subjects are there for me, English and Hindi. The students who failed in Hindi are what percentage? 52%. The students who failed in English are of what percentage? 42%. 42%. See here the regions, identifying the regions is very important for us. Here this region tells us that the students who failed in both the subjects. The students who failed in both the subjects. And this region will give us the students who failed only in English. And this region will give us the students who failed only in Hindi. Okay, now we will see. So, whenever you fill any Venn diagram, make sure that you always start filling from the common region. What is the common region for us here? This is the common region. So, the number of students who failed in both the subjects are of what percentage? 17%. So, first of all, write here 17. Okay. Overall, the students who failed in English are of what percentage? 42%. So, what you will get here? 42 minus 17. That is equal to what? 25%. That means 25% students failed only in English. Only in English. Next, when it comes to Hindi, what overall in Hindi 52% got failed, but already I have written 17 in this, right? So what now I will write here? 52 minus 17. 52 minus 17, which is equal to what? 35%. That means the students who failed only in Hindi is of what percentage? 35%. Now I will add all this percentage so that I will get the students who failed in at least one subject. So what you will get? Fail percentage, what you will get here? 25 plus 17 plus 35. When you add all these things, what is the percentage of students who got failed here? 77%. So passed will get what? Pass percentage will be 100 minus 77%, which is equal to 23%. That means 23% students passed in both the subjects. So by using the set concept, we will solve the answer in this manner. By using the logical diagram, we will use this one. But most of the cases, we will prefer the diagram. What is the reason is, if there are three objects, see actually in this question there are only English and Hindi, then it is fine. more or less the same thing will take same time, or in fact, to be frank telling, this set concept will take us less time. But when there are 3 subjects, definitely this logical diagram will help us a lot. So that is the reason I am giving you both the things. If there are only 2 things, go with the set. If there are more than 2 objects, then go with the diagram. You should be good in both the things. Then only you will get the answers very quickly based on the questions which you attempt. Okay. Next one. See here, a hostel has 800 boys, 75% boys play hockey and 50% plays football. If each boy play hockey or football or both, that means definitely they will play at least one game. Then how many boys play both the sports? Then how many boys play both the sports? Now see here, as usual, if we go we will see this with our set theory and as well as our Venn diagram concept. Now what will happen when we solve this one here? So see, as usual, n of hockey and football, what you will get? 75% play hockey, good, plus 50% play football, minus number of students who play hockey and football both together. That means intersection. Okay, n of h intersection n. Okay, so anyway, everyone should play at least one sport, right? So that means this is what? 100%. 100% is equal to 75 plus this one will become 125% minus the students who will play both hockey and football. So when I send this one to this side and when I send 100 to that side, it will become what for me? Number of students who play both hockey and football will become 25% of my total. 25% of my total. What is the total number of students? 800. What is 25% of 800? 1 by 4 into 800. I am directly writing it in fractions. Why? Because we already know how to write it in fractions. So that means 200 students will play both hockey and football. 200 students will play both hockey and football. So this is with the help of our set theory. Set theory. Okay, good, superb. Now we will go with our basic knowledge. Venn diagram. So what he is telling? Assume this as hockey and this as some football. Okay, we don't know. Anyway, definitely at least they should play at least one sport. We need to find this value. I will take this as x. Hockey percentage is what? 75%. And the number of students who play football is what? 50%. In our previous problem we have seen. The students who will play only hockey means what I will do? 75 minus x, right? Which we have seen in our previous problem. And the students who will play only football means what I will do? 50 minus x. Why? Because overall 50% students plays football. In our previous problem we have already seen. While writing this, first we will write the middle value and then we will write these things. Anyway, the sum should be equal to what? 100 here. The reason is very simple. All the players will play at least one sport. So what I can write here? 75% minus x plus 50% minus x. This is equal to what? 100% for me here. This is equal to what? 100%. Minus x plus x get cancelled. So x value will become what for me here? 25%. X value will become 25%. If x is 25%, so 25% is equal to what? 25% of 800, which is equal to 200. So that means anyway you will get the same answer. You should be good with both the methods. Okay. Why I am equaling this sum to 100 means the reason is very simple. Definitely everyone will play at least one sport. Because of that reason we are taking this one into consideration. Next one. In an examination, 60% of the candidates passed in English, okay, 70% of candidates passed in mathematics, okay, but 20% failed in both of these subjects. Please be careful, ma. Here he spoke about the pass percentage and pass percentage and suddenly he given us the failed candidates. So 20% failed in both of these subjects, right? 20% failed. So either you can solve in two ways. By converting everything into fail concept, you can do it. You can do it. That is the best method. Why? Because here they given us the number of students who failed in both the subjects are what? 20%. Actually the given data is passed, but I will go with the failed one. Failed data. Okay. So what is the passed in English and the other one is maths. I will go with failed data. If 60% passed in English means what about failed? 40%. If 70% passed in mathematics means what about failed? 30%. Please be careful. Here the first two data were passed and the last one is failed. If you want, you can convert this failed also into passed and you can solve it. Okay. So now they are telling that 20% failed in both the subjects, right? So as I already told you, always we will start filling from the middle one. 20%. So what about this? The candidates who failed only in English will become what? 20%. Now we have written 20, 40 minus 20. That is equal to 20. Okay, good, super. Only in maths means what? Once again 30 minus 20, it will become what? 10%. 10%. So overall, the students who, okay, if 2500 candidates passed in both the subjects, the number of appeared for the examination was. Okay, we will see it. So first of all, so overall failed candidates are how much? Overall failed candidates are how much? 20 plus 20 plus 10. 20 plus 20 plus 10. That means failed candidates are how much? 50%. If 50% students failed, so what will be the pass value? Passed candidates are how much? 50%. According to the question, 25%, 2500 candidates passed in both the subjects, right? 2500 candidates passed in both the subjects. That means pass is 50%. So 50% is equal to what? 2500. They are asking us the total number of students. 100% becomes what for us here? 5000. 100% becomes 5000 for us here. Okay, so please be careful what they have given in the question. Observe that one carefully. Here initially they given us the pass percentage and suddenly they given us 20% failed in both the subjects. So please observe that one and draw accordingly the diagram. Okay, next one. In an examination, 30% students failed in maths, 25% students failed in English, 40% students failed in Hindi. Now see here, suddenly there are 3 subjects. So definitely it will be easy for us if we go with the Venn diagram. So now my Venn diagram will be like this. 3 subjects, math, English and Hindi. 3 subjects are there for me here. So please observe here, this region tells us that the students who failed in all the 3 subjects. This region will give us the students who passed failed in only maths, only English and only Hindi. And this region, or else if you observe this region, especially this region will give us the students who failed only in maths and English. Only in maths and English. And this region will tell us the students who failed only in Hindi and maths. And this region will tell us the students who failed only in English and Hindi. Okay, please be careful. Well, so as usual, whenever you write this one, overall what percentage of students failed in maths? 30%. Okay, good. When it comes to English, 25% failed in English. When it comes to Hindi, 40% failed in Hindi. Okay. Now please observe here, if 15% of the students failed in math and English, must see here 15% of students are failed in math and English. This is math and English complete intersection. So this portion is 15%. This portion is 15%, not this alone portion. This complete portion is 15%. Next, 20% of students failed in English and Hindi. That means this complete portion will become what for me? English and Hindi. That is 20%. Okay, good. Next, 25% failed in Hindi and this one. Okay, this portion, sorry, this complete portion is what? 25%. English and maths. Next, 10% of students failed in all the 3 subjects. That means this first of all I need to write always the common area first. So 10% is the common area between all the things. If this is 10, if this is 15, what about this one? This will become how much? 5. If this is 10 and this total is 25, this will become how much? 15. If this is 10 and this total is 20, means this becomes how much? 10. Okay. Now please observe here. Already it have 5, 10 and 15. If you add all this, what it becomes? 30. So the students who failed only in maths will become what percentage? 0%. The reason is already in math all the 30% was covered. Next, see here similarly English, 5 plus 10 is 15, 15 plus 10 is 25. Overall students who failed in English are 25%. So the students who failed only in English is also 0%. 0 percentage. Now, the students who failed only in Hindi, we will see. 15 plus 10, it is what? 25. 25 plus 10, it is 35. So, the students who failed in Hindi are 40 percentage. But the sum which we got here are 35 percentage. So, the students who failed only in Hindi will become how much? 5 percentage. The students who failed only in Hindi becomes 5 percentage. Now, come to our question. Find the percentage of students who passed in all the 3 subjects. Now, that means simply add all this failed percentage, what we will get? What is the failed percentage which we will get here? 5 plus 15 plus 10 plus 10 plus 5. When you add all these things, what you will get? 20, 30, 40 and 45 percentage. So, 45 percentage students failed in the subjects. So, the students who passed in the subjects will become how much? 55 percentage. Out of 100 percentage, 45% students failed in the subjects. So, 55% students will pass in the subject. So, students, whenever you draw the Venn diagram, make sure that you always start filling from the common portion. First, you need to fill the common portion of all the 3 subjects intersection, and then we will move to the 2 subjects intersection, and then we will go to the individual subjects. Okay, like this you need to fill the data. Next. Now, we will see some of the general questions which were asked from this percentage concept. A mixture of 50 liters of alcohol and water contains 60% alcohol. How much alcohol to be added to the mixture so that the new mixture contains 75% of alcohol? This one we can do it in 2 ways. We will see both the ways for timing. Anyway, while discussing mixtures and allegations after finishing ratio and proportions, we will discuss at that time, but for timing, we will see a small case. Now, see here 50 liters of alcohol and water contain 60% alcohol, right? So, 50 liters. In this, 60% is alcohol means, what about water? Water will be of 40%, right? Very simple. Why? Because it is a mixture of alcohol and water. If what is 60% of 50, that means what? 60% means what? 3 by 5 into 50, right? 3 by 5 into 50. That means this will become what for me? 30 liters of alcohol and 20 liters of water. 20 liters of water. To this, what we are adding? We are adding alcohol, right? So that the new mixture contains 75% of alcohol. The new mixture contains 75% of alcohol. Now, please observe here. We are adding only alcohol, right? We don't know. We assume that, let us assume that this is X liters. We are adding X liters. So, now quantity becomes what for me? 30 plus X liters. When it comes to water, water still remains as same the 20 liters only, right? Is there any change in water? No. Why? Because we are not at all adding water. Now, this is 75% and this is what? 25% according to the question. Why? Because we need to convert this 60% alcohol to a 75% alcohol. That means now the water content will be only just 25%. So, 25% is 20 liters. So, what about 75%? If 25% is 20 liters, what about 75%? 75% will be obviously equal to what? Into 3, right? So, here also into 3, this should be equal to what? 60 liters. This alcohol should be of 60 liters. Already we know that alcohol is equal to what? 30 plus X. That means what will be my X value here? 30 liters. Students, this is mentioned in kgs, sorry, but these are liters. So, we need to add 30 liters of alcohol to this. We need to add 30 liters of alcohol to this. This is one concept. Now, we will take the help of mixtures concept. Listen here carefully, but try to understand the things. No need to worry. Later anyway, while discussing the mixtures and allegations, we will discuss the same concept in detail. But for time being, listen here. So, I have 60% of alcohol, mixture, whatever it may be, I have a mixture. I need to mix it with alcohol, means alcohol in the sense pure alcohol. I am mixing it with pure alcohol. We don't know how much quantity it is, but I have 60% concentrated alcohol and I have pure alcohol in the sense 100%. When I mix these two things, the resultant should be what? 75%. The resultant should be will be what? 75%, right? Okay, good. So, what is the difference here? 25%. What is the difference here? 15%. Okay, the difference here is 25% and the difference here is 15%. Please see here, students. This method is called as alligation method or alligation rule. At the time of alligation mixtures we will discuss, but for timing observe this. So when I cancel this, what I will get here? 5 parts and 3 parts. That is 5:3. It means 60% should be of 5 parts and 100% should be of 3 parts. This 60% is what? According to the question, 50 liters. That means 5 parts is 50 liters. This 5 parts is what? According to the question, 50 liters. Now tell me what will be these 3 parts? These 3 parts will be obviously 30 liters. That means you need to add, sorry, it came as 80. That means this should be equal to 30 liters. That means you need to add 30 liters of alcohol to this already prevailing mixture to make it to 75%. Actually speaking, this method is very easy. Okay, as this is under percentage we have learnt here, but we will see some more examples in the mixtures and alligations concept. No need to worry. Like this we will have some other percentage questions also, which we will discuss with ratio and proportions or profit and loss. Okay, at that time we are going to solve these problems. Next one. This is questions based on examinations. In a test, it is mandatory for the student to get 33% marks to pass. Okay, the student has obtained 25% marks and failed by 40 marks. Find the maximum marks in the examination. Now 3 years, the student got 25% marks and he was failed by what? 40 marks. That means from this concept what I can write as my pass mark? 25% plus 40 marks, right? If he were able to score 40 more marks, definitely he will pass. And at the same time, in the same question they given is what is pass mark they given for us? Pass mark they given for us is 33%. That means indirectly these two values are equal, right? So what I can write now? 33% is equal to 25% plus 40 marks. 25% plus 40 marks. So from this what I will get? What is the difference between these two? 8%. That is equal to 40 marks. What did they are asking us here? Find the maximum marks. Maximum marks means what? 100%. If 8% is 40, what about 100%? Assume it as x and cross multiply it, or else 8 5s are 40, right? Similarly 100 5s are 500. So 100 5s are 500. So what you will get here? The maximum marks in that examination is 500. The maximum marks in the examination is 500. So here the given data is splitted into 2 parts, 2 pass marks, and anyway for the same examination, so both the marks should be obviously equal. So based on that concept we solved this one. Next one. See next one. A candidate who gets 30% of marks in the examination fail by 45 marks. But another candidate who got 42% of marks, he gets 45 marks more than the pass marks. Now see here from the same data, from the first candidate, from the failed candidate, what will be the pass mark according to his perspective? His marks is 30% and he failed by what? 45 marks. That means if he get 45 marks, he will pass in the examination, right? So the pass marks is 30% of total plus 45. Next, from the second candidate, what is the pass mark? He got 42% and he got 45 marks more than the pass marks. That means the pass marks according to me is 42 minus 45, right? 42% of total minus 45. That means if we reduce that 45 marks, he will be passed by the border marks. So the pass marks we have written in perspective of first candidate and in the perspective of second candidate. Both the values are equal, right? So that means 30% of total is plus 45 is equal to 42% of total minus 45. When I send this 30 to that side and 45 to this side means what it becomes? 12% is equal to 90. So 12% of total marks is equal to what? 90 marks. 12% of total marks is equal to 90 marks. Find the maximum marks in the examination. The maximum marks means what? 100%. Maximum marks is equal to what? 100%. Assume it as some x or something like this. Okay. Now solve it. What you are going to get? 12% is 90 means 12 8 and halves or something like this you can take, or else if you are 7 and halves 7.5. 12 into 7.5 is 90. So 100 into 7.5. So what you will get? 750, or else cross multiplied. Anyway, you will get the same answer. So the maximum marks in the examination is 750 mark. 750 marks. The maximum marks in that examination is 750 marks. Now we will see the next one. In a school, boys and girls are in the ratio 3:2. Okay. If 20% of boys and 30% of girls are going to take scholarship, then what is the percentage of students who do not take scholarship? Okay. So see here students, this is completely based on percentage, right? So did they mention as any value here? Percentages and ratios. See, you should know one concept, that when you need to make assumption and when you should not make the assumption. This is very, very important concept. Anyway, while discussing ratios, we will go through that. But meanwhile, if the question entirely consists of percentages and ratios, means that is nothing but the question is based on relations. And the final answer also definitely they will ask you either in ratio or in percentage only. They are not going to ask you any fixed value. So in such questions, you can make assumption. If they given you one value also, there you cannot make any assumption. Okay, so in this case we can make the assumption. The reason is they given us the ratio and percentage, which are completely relation based data. Relations based data. Okay, so now what we can, school boys and girls are in what ratio? 3:2. Boys and girls are in the ratio 3:2. For timing, I will assume them as 300 and 200. I can assume, right? Yes, I can assume. There is no wrong in assuming in this concept. Why? Because completely based on relations. Okay. If 20% of boys, what is 20% of 300? 10% is 30, right? So 20% means 60. That means 60 people will get scholarship. In this case, how many people will get scholarship? 30% of girls. 30% of girls, what is 30% of 200? The same 60. So 60 here will get scholarship. So the students who will not get scholarship are how many? In boys is 240, in girls is 140. Boys 240 people will not get scholarship, in girls 140 girls will not get the scholarship. Okay. So now 240 plus 140, overall what is the total sum we will get here? 380. That means 380 students will not get the scholarship. Out of how many students? Total strength is 500. So who will not get, who does not take scholarship? That is the question, right, for us. So 380 by total strength is how much? 300 plus 200, 500 into 100. 2 zeros get cancelled. 5 ones, 5 sevens is 35 and 5 6 are 30. So that means overall 76% of the students are not going to take scholarship here. In this case, we can make the assumption. With the assumption only, we will get the answers very quickly. Why? Because this question is based completely on the relations. Nowhere they given us any fixed value. That means 10 students will get scholarship or 20 students will get scholarship. If they have mentioned like that, there we cannot make assumptions. Okay, if the question is completely based on relations, how you will decide whether the question is based on relations or not? Means if you see only fractions and percentages, then you can make assumption. Else you should not make any assumption. In this case, we can make assumption. Next one. The ratio of number of boys to that girls in a village is 3:2. If 30% of boys and 70% of girls appeared in the examination, the ratio of number of students appeared in the examination to that of number of students who did not appear to the same examination is. Now see here, first of all, can we make assumption here or not? Yes, we can make assumption. The reason is they given us the ratios and percentage, and at last also they asked us ratio only. So here you can make assumption. So boys and girls relation is what they given for us? 3:2. So I will take them as directly 300 and 200. Okay. Next, if 30% of boys and 70% of girls appeared in the examinations, what is 30% of 300? 10% is 30, 30% will become what? 90. That means 90 boys will attend the examination. And 70% of girls, what is 10% of 200? 20. 70% will become what for us here? 140. So out of 300, if 90 are appear in the examination, so how many will not appear? 210 will not appear the examination. And similarly, how many girls will not appear in the examination? 60. Now they are asking us, the students appeared in the examination to that of not appeared in the same examination. They are asking us ratio between appeared and not appeared. Appeared are how much? 90 plus 140. 90 plus 140 is to, who didn't appear are equal to 210 plus 60. 210 plus 60. So 90 plus 140 it becomes 230 and 210 plus 60 it becomes 270. So the ratio between the students who appeared and doesn't appear in the examinations are equal to 23 is to 27. So the ratio between these two becomes what? 23 is to 27. Okay. Now we will see the next one. The population of a town is 6,000. Okay. If males are increased by 5% and female are increased by 9%, the population will become 6,500 after 1 year. Find the number of males and females in that village. See here students, we can solve it in two different ways. One is the basic method and the other one is allegation rule. Most probably we will solve this one with the help of allegation rule. That is very simple actually speaking. Now before that, let us have a small understanding what it is. For example, if there are two values 100 and 100, if I say that both were increased by 10%, then what is the overall increase in both? 10%, right? Why? Because both were increased by 10%. So the overall increase will become what? 10% for us. So like this, see here the men and female, male and female are there for us. Town is totally 6,000. We will see in the traditional method first and then we will go to the remaining methods. Okay, assume that the number of male and female, right? I will assume that there are X males or else X females, whatever it may be. I will assume X males. So what about female? 6,000 minus X, right? What about female? 6,000 minus X. So the male population is increased by 5%. So it will become what? 105% increase, right? So add it to 100 plus female population increased by what percentage? 9%. That means 109% of 6,000 minus X. 109% of 6,000 minus X, right? Now solve this one, what you will get? 105% of, and this will be equal to what? 6,500. Sum of these two is equal to what? 6,500, which was mentioned as in the question itself. So what you are going to write this as? 105 by 100 of X plus 109 by 100 of 6,000 minus X, that is equal to 6,500. That is equal to what? 6,500. Now please see here students, what you will write here? 105x by 100. I will not cancel it. Why? Because if I cancel it, it becomes clumsy. 109 into 6,000 by 100 minus 109 x by 100, that is equal to 6,500. Now please see here, when I add these two, I will get 4x by 100 minus 4x by 100. I will send that to that side and 6,500 to this side. Then what happens to that? 2 zeros will get cancelled. 109 6 are what you will get? 654. 654 and 0. 654 and 0. Why? Because 0 is there for me. Minus 6,500, that is equal to 4x by 100. That is equal to 4x by 100. Now please see here, what you will get here? 40 is equal to 4x by 100. 40 is equal to 4x by 100. So x value will get how much? X value is 1000. X means what? Male candidates are 1000. Then female will become how much? Female becomes here 5000. Male are 1000 and female are 5000. Male are 1000 and female are 5000. This is our answer. This is our answer. Okay, good, really good, superb. Now, we will solve the same question with the help of allegation rule. What I will assume is, if the village consists of only male person. So, if the village consists only male person, means males were increased by what percentage? 5%. 5%. So, what is 5% of 6,000? 5% of 6,000 is what? 10% is 600. 5% will become 300. So, if there are only male population in the village, so the village would have grown to what population? 6,300. Why? Because the male population will be increased by 5%. So, the overall, if I assume that the entire village consists of only male, so then the population will become how much? 6,300. The reason is Male population will be increased by 5%. So 5% of 6,000 is 6,300. Okay, good, superb. Next, I will assume that the village is entirely consists of only female people. The female population is increased by what percentage? 9% here. So what is 9% of 6,000? 9% of 6,000. What will become 9% of 6,000? 10% is 600 minus 60. What you will get? 6,540. If the village consists of entirely only female people, the population would have gone to 6,540. 6,500. But mixture of these two things. But due to mixture of these two things, what happened to the village population? It became 6,500. That is the thing, right? After 1 year, it became 6,500. Due to mixture of this male and female candidates, the population became what? 6,500. So what is the difference you will get here? 40. What is the difference you will get here? 200. That means male and female population are what, in what ratio? 1:5 ratio. Male and female are in what ratio? 1:5 ratio. So total population is 6,000. One part will become what? 1,000. Male will become 1,000 and female will become what? 5,000. So this one is with the help of allegation rule. Allegation rule. Don't worry, as I have already told you, definitely we will discuss them at the time of ratio and proportions. My suggestion is, whenever you see this type, not only in this case, like this we will have the similar questions in simple interest also. In the case of interest also, we are going to solve some problems with the help of allegation rule. If you know this rule, easily you will get the answers. The only thing is, if the village is entirely male, if the village is entirely female, you should understand this concept. Due to mixture of this male and female people, the population became 6,500. Okay, next one. A company gives 19% commissions to its salesman up to the sale of rupees 8,000 and have a commission of 15% on the sales above 8,000. If the salesman deposited rupees 42,180 in the company after deduction his commission, find his total sales. Now till 8,000 he need to pay, he will get a commission of 19%, right? So 19% of 8,000. What is 19% of 8,000? What is 19% of 8,000? 80 into 19, right? That is his commission. 19% of 8,000 means 19 into 80. 19 into 80. Why? Because 19 by 100 it will get cancelled. So 19 8s are what you will get? 162. Sorry, 152. 152.0. That means he will get 1520 as commission up to 8,000. And beyond that 8,000 he will get a commission of what? 15%. Okay, if the salesman deposited 42,180 in the company after deduction is commission. For example, assume that his total sales is some X rupees. His total sales is some X rupees. In that sales, up to 8,000, he will get a commission of what? He will get a commission of 19%. Just now we calculated. 19% of 8,000 as commission. After 8,000, he will be having what price? 8,000, sorry, X minus 8,000. On this, he will get a commission of what? 15%. On this, he will get a commission of 15%. And after taking out this commission, he is going to pay some 42,180. That is equal to what? The total sales. That is equal to what is total sales? X rupees. So just now we calculated. What is 9? What it is? 1520 plus 15% means what I can write that as 3 by 20 of X minus 8,000 plus he is going to deposit what amount? 41,280. That will be equal to his total sales X. That will be equal to his total sales X. Now solve this one. What you will get here? What is the value which you will get here? Now please observe here. So 41,280 plus 1520. 41,280 plus 1520. You will get 43,000. That is 41,280 plus 1520. So you will get 43,000 plus, I will write here 3x by 20 minus 0 and 400, 1200 equal to some x, Okay, now I will send this 3x to that side. Okay, what happens when I send that 3x to that side? It will become 17x by 20. 17x by 20, that is equal to 43,000 minus 1200, it will become 41,800. 41,800. 41,800. Solve for this, what you will get? 17 ones, 17 twos are 34. Okay, so what you will get here? 1200. You will get something like this. So x value you will get here for some 5,000. Okay, solve for this, you will get the answer as 5,000. Okay, so what we have done mistake here? Did we done any mistake here? Salesman deposited 42180. Okay, his commission on below 8,000 plus his commission on above 8,000 plus this 42180 will become what? His total sales x. His total sales x. So when you solve this one, you will get 43,000. Okay, good. And 1200, 41,000. So solve for this, you will get the value for this one. Okay, there is something difference. No need to worry. You will get the answer. But the process is same. Don't worry. You will get the answer. Next one. By reduction of 20% of the price in oranges, one can purchase 5 oranges more for rupees 250. The reduced price in oranges per dozen is. Find also the original price. Find the reduced price and as well as the original price. Now see here, in any case, with the reduced price, he is going to purchase some additional oranges. For example, assume that rice price is some 100 rupees per kg. Now the price came down by 20%. So usually, how much you will save? 20 rupees, right? Now instead of bringing back the 20 rupees with you, what you are going to do is you are going to buy additional rice. That means what actually here happening here is you are going to purchase that additional quantity with the savings. So savings, saved amount. With that saved amount, you are going to purchase, customer purchases additional quantity, with the amount he saves. How he saves means, if the price drops, obviously definitely some amount he will be saved, right? With that amount he is going to purchase additional quantity. Now see here, by reduction in 20% of the price of oranges, usually he should save how much? 20% of the amount, right? What is 20% of 2.50? 20, his savings is here what? His savings is here 20%. His savings is here 20% of 2.50 rupees. His savings is in this case is 20% of 2.50. 20% means what? 1 by 5 into 2.50. 1 by 5 into 2.50. So that means 0.50. His savings is 0.50 rupees here. His savings is 0.50 rupees here. So with this savings, he is purchasing what? He is purchasing 5 oranges. Okay, at present. So that means 5 oranges price is equal to what? 0.50 rupees. Right? 0.50. So 1 orange price becomes what for me here? 0.10 rupees. That means 10 pice. 1 orange price is now here 0.10 rupees. Okay, good, superb. Now find the reduced price of oranges per dozen. Find also the original price. They are asking us to find the reduced price as well as the original price. They are asking us to find the reduced price as well as the original price. Reduced price is, this is the reduced price, right? 1 orange price is how much? 0.10. Dozen means what? 12 into 0.10. That is nothing but 1.2 rupees. So reduced price is 1.2 rupees per dozen. Now what is the original price? Original price means what? Actually this one is what? After reducing 20%, right? So that means 80% of original is equal to 1.2 rupees. 80% of original is equal to 1.2 rupees. They are asking us to find the 100% of it. They are asking us to find the 100% of it. calculate for 100 percentage, calculate for 100 percentage. So what you will get here, what you are going to get here, 1.50 rupees. If you solve it, you are going to get this as 1.50 rupees. So the original price is 1.50 per dozen and the reduced price is 1.2 per dozen. Okay, next. Right, the same question which we have solved similarly in the last problems. So please note down this one and mention the answer in the comment section. Okay, please note down this question and try to solve this question. Already we solved a similar one. Okay, thank you. With this we covered almost all the models of questions from percentages. Not only this, still there are some other models which we will cover them in the ratio and proportions as well as profit and loss. Profit and loss and ratio and proportions, we will cover some other missed concepts from the percentages. Thank you.